Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your income flows in whether you work today or not. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's not just a fantasy. It's the reality of financial freedom. And in this video, we'll uncover the secrets of transforming from the grind of active expenses to the bliss of residual income. I'll also reveal how Robert Kiyosaki's cashflow quadrant can guide you towards financial independence and why network marketing might be your ticket to making that shift. Ready to unlock your path to financial freedom? Then let's dive in. But before I dive into the 4 powerful ways to earn money in our modern society and explain how you can build this residual income stream through network marketing, I'd like to start with a story. Before I started in network marketing, I was a professional athlete and a professional sports coach. And during my career, I found some friends, and one, a huge fan of ski jumping. He invited me, including the whole team I was coaching, after the season for some days of skiing here in Austria in the beautiful Alps. And one night, I remember exactly, I was sitting with him in the bar and we had a couple of beers. And you know how it is, when men are drinking a couple of beers, we had deep philosophical talks. I remember exactly, that we were talking about, how life is going, where we really want to be, the gap between where I am and where I really wanted to be. I said it's not possible because to live a lifestyle where you don't need to trade time for money anymore, you need to have millions on your bank account. And in this moment, my friend, he kind of got angry, and he smashed his mug on the bar and the beer was just spilling all over. And he said, "Falko, stop talking this bullshit." And I said, "What? Why? What's wrong?" And then he started to explain me a concept that totally changed my whole thinking about money and how to earn money. And I want to share that with you right now. Because he said, that we all in our life, we have something called active expenses. And let's imagine, your active expenses, with all the food you need, the rent, maybe the mortgage, the cars, the schools, clothes, holiday, phone, insurance, all these expenses in total are 3,000 euros. Okay? This is your active expenses. Then he also said, there's also something called passive income. And he said in the moment when your passive or residual income exceeds your active expenses, you're financially free forever. He said, in the moment when you earn 3,001 euro residual or passive income, you are financially free. From that moment, you never need to trade the time for money anymore because you can cover all your expenses to keep your life up and running for your residual income. And suddenly, the mountain of having millions on your bank account to make that possible got a little smaller. And I got a new goal. I was getting really fanatic in building a residual income stream to cover all my active expenses. So I tried several different things. I started different businesses and most of them failed. But I knew one thing from my experience as a professional coach. If you keep going, you will find a solution. And so, in 2014, I started in network marketing. And during my course of a career in network marketing, personal development plays a pivotal role to really succeed. And I discovered, as I said before, the cashflow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki. And I want to explain to you how network marketing can help you, to make that shift, to build a residual income stream that can cover all your active expenses. Come with me. The cashflow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki says that here it starts with the employee. The employee is basically, most people are employees. They trade time for money. I like to use the example of a mechanic. Our mechanic goes every day in the morning, 8 o'clock he goes to work, 4 o'clock in the afternoon he comes home. And for the time he spends in the garage fixing cars, he gets money, right? But then our mechanic he's a smart guy, he has a skill to observe. And what he figures out is that when the customers come into the garage, they pay around 120 to 160 euros for the hour when he needs to work for and fixing the car. But he only gets 20 euro per hour So he thinks, oh, there is a difference. And he want to close the gap. So he want to get the whole 120 to 160 euros. So what he decides to do is that he built his own garage and he moves to the S quadrant, the self-employed quadrant. And now something changes for our mechanic, because now he's not trading time for money anymore. You know, here in this example, it doesn't matter how many cars he's fixing. He's just working from 8 till 4. But here, he needs to produce results. The more cars he fixes, the more money he will earn as a self-employed person. So now the formula for earning money is changing. Now it is work per time is euros. The more work he puts in the time he has, the more money he will earn. And something else is changing. Because here, he's only focused on fixing cars. But here, he also needs to do all the marketing, customer recruiting, accounting, billing, cleaning, tax, everything. And this is while 50% of all startups are not on the market anymore after the first year. And only 80% make it to 5 years, and only 4% of all the companies worldwide make it 10 years to stay on the market. But, as I said, our mechanic, he's a really smart guy. He's dealing well with his garage, and then he thinks, what would actually happen if I not only have one garage making profit out of it? If I would have many different branches and many different garages. And so what he is doing, he moves into the B quadrant. That's the big business owner quadrant. So what he does is he's founding multiple branches all over his country. And now he's owning 10, 15 different garages. Now, again, the formula on how he makes revenue is changing. Because now it is work per time per person is producing revenue. That means the people he hired, the more performance they show when they are at work, the more turnover he will produce, right? And this is how the game is changing as a business owner. And our mechanic, as I said, he's a smart guy, right? So he is leading his enterprise in a way that after every month there is some profit left. So what is he now doing with this profit? He's moving into the next quadrant, and that's the I quadrant. That's the investor quadrant. And in the I quadrant, the game is changing completely. Because here, the formula to earn money is money produces more money. The challenge most people are facing is that they don't have the money to start investing. And basically, many of us are active in all 4 quadrants. But I want to show you something else. And now it's getting really interesting. Because you can divide this quadrant into a left side and a right side. And if you take a look at this, there is a difference. On the left side, this is active income. So if you are not involved into the working process, no money is coming in, no cash flow is happening. But on the right side, we have passive income, the best way of making money. You know, you don't need to be directly involved into the production process. You are a business owner, you own multiple branches, and here you are an investor. And money works for you. You change the game. And Robert Kiyosaki, here in his book, he also says, I want you to guess first. What do you think, what percentage of the people are working on the left side of the quadrant? How high is the percentage? And how many people are working on the right side of the quadrant? So if you have a number in mind now, I want to reveal it for you. Robert Kiyosaki says 90% of the people work on the left side. That means 10% of the people must work on the right side of the quadrant, right? And then vice versa. What do you think, how high is the percentage of money, wealth on the left side and the right side of the quadrant? How much money of all over the world is circling in the left side of the quadrant? And the shocking number is that it's 10%. That means 90% of the money is on the right side of the quadrant. That means 90% of the people are working for 10% of the money, and 10% of the people are working for 90% of the money. And here I like to ask the question, is that fair? And I say yes, it is. It is absolutely fair, because who decides if you're going to be on the left side or on the right side of the quadrant? It's you. You are making the choice where you want to be. And this is where network marketing comes in place. Because in network marketing, we start here as a self-employed person. Because in the very beginning, when you have not built a team, it is you who needs to talk with passion about the product or the service you're working with. It is you who needs to talk with passion about your business opportunity. If you don't share information with other people, you will not get a customer and you will not get a distributor in your organization. So nothing is happening. Everything depends on you in the very beginning. But if you are excited and if you share your passion about your product with other people, you will get customers. Your first 5, your first 10, 20, maybe even more. And then if you share your passion about network marketing, about your company, about this opportunity for an average person to create an above average lifestyle, you will also get your first distributors in your organization and more. And slowly, you will start building branches and you will you will make the transition from the self-employed to the big business owner quadrant, and you become a business owner and you move from the left to the right side of the quadrant. And this is the opportunity of network marketing. And the good thing is, the startup costs here to get started in network marketing are just a couple of €100. So with a couple of €100, an average person has the opportunity to move to the big players. And this is why I love network marketing. So I hope this video was helpful for you to understand the 4 ways on earning money in our modern society and how network marketing can help you to shift from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant. So share this video with your distributors, with your potential prospects. Show them how network marketing can help them to close the gap between where they are right now and where they really want to be. How network marketing can help them to make that shift from the left side to the right side of the quadrant. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I wish you all the best. Bye bye and take care.